Okay, so my name is Kristen Heights. I'm okay. Hang on, I don't need those. um, what I'm gonna do is most of you have probably heard of Brody Jancy. He started new videos up on YouTube, started a new channel talking about things that really hit home for people. And well, I'm Kristen, and I agree with what he's doing. I support him 100%. I think it's a great thing what he's doing. I just see one problem. I don't think he's really connecting to everybody. And I'm not doing this for attention. I'm not doing this to get even, hold a grudge. No. Yeah, I grew up with a kid, so I know what he's like. And what he's talking about, he doesn't really have a one-on-one basis with what he is discussing. Now, I have spent many days analyzing his videos. I have actually taken notes about what I view is wrong, what he is saying is wrong. Not only just what he's saying is wrong, he's not wrong. It's true in some aspects, but in others, you gotta stop and consider, what other things might be going on deeper than just the surface. So we're going to start off with his first video. That was mostly his intro video. So, I'm going to kind of do something like that. I'm going to intro, and then I'm going to jump into his topic about being yourself. Now, hopefully this won't take as long as his videos did, but I can't promise anything. Got no subscribers, no viewers, obviously. I'm recording it, so I don't care if anybody watches. This is kind of just me trying to hit base with a little bit more people and reach out to, get more people to really feel like they're being communicated to. Not just talked at, but talked to. So I'm Kristen. Like I said, I grew up with Brody. We've never really been friends, but, we knew each other growing up in high school and stuff, and, so, it's kind of given me a background to know what people are like, and, I've grown up in a small town, small school system. I'm 18. Yeah, that just about does it for me, and I've struggled through a lot, so I know what a lot of people are going through. So, it brings me to the topic of being yourself. When a lot of people say, hey, just be yourself, it's not that hard to be yourself. Actually, it is. It's so much more than just the clothes. It's so much more than the way you talk, the way you act. It's beyond those things, and I know because, like I said, I grew up in a small town, that judged everything very quickly. They were quick to judge. They were quick to not understand you, and it drove me crazy. And, people have never really thought I was normal. I never really fit in. Half the time people thought I was on drugs. People were like, what is this girl on? Because I was running around. I was happy. I put on a happy face. I was trying to fight to find a reason to make people happy. And constantly just, growing up with a mental attitude of just, hey, squirrel, what was that? Huh? What was that? Hey, you guys happy? You guys smiling? You gonna do something fun? That was that kind of thing. I was like, whoa. Somebody gave me way too much caffeine growing up, but really that wasn't the issue. And, I'm not afraid to admit that because I'm not afraid to be judged. Go ahead, judge me. I'm weird. So is half the world out there. So, you can't really judge us if you don't know us. And, that's kind of, why, he's never really been judged. And I'm not hating on you, Brody. I'm just trying to touch a little bit more. You're a star basketball player. It's kind of easy for you to be liked, but for the rest of us, it takes a little bit more than just that, But think about it. When you're telling someone to be themselves, were you ever what you're saying? Were you ever really, truly yourself? Your therapist will tell you, be yourself, but how often do they just put on a show to get people to, listen to them? Everyone just kind of wants to fit in and be themselves. But being themselves is so hard with society because most people are just like, oh, you're not doing that, or you're not wearing that. Oh my gosh, you're not cool, bro. We can't talk to you. And it's easy to judge. People will love you for you kind of thing. Some people might, but still, they're judging you a little bit. They're still judging, and that's what the problem is. And that's what most people won't understand. Is, those thoughts are still there, and they're just, it drives you crazy. And then, so being yourself isn't as easy as it sounds. I just can understand why someone would say, it's easy being yourself. It may be easy for you, but there are a lot of people who it's not easy for. And when it comes to things not being easy, brings us to your second video, Brody. Depression. Now, you were looking for one word that would describe depression, and I not only speak for myself when I say this, but I probably speak for a lot of my friends who have talked to me about this. Depression is hell. Not a lot of people like to use that phrase, but or that word. But I'm gonna say it pretty much describes it because you feel alone. It's not just like this cold darkness. It's this fiery anger that why can't you just fit in? But why it's hard to describe it is because you haven't really been there. And I know a lot of people there are different levels of depression, but I'm not talking I just got dumped depression. I am talking years and years of ongoing depression. You've got scars on your heart, on your body, things that most people won't understand. And if you don't know the whole story, you don't know why they're struggling. And I'll admit, I've struggled with depression for many years. But, I've never come out, I've always come out on top. You know why? It's nearly impossible to come out alone. You have to have at least one person. One person is all it takes to be there for you. And I've had at least one person there. Now, we all know that person. But does that person really know what brings on your depression? I mean, you talk about it, but do you ever talk about why it's there? Like, was it bad breakup? You guys were together for 4 years and you broke up and you're depressed, you're doing drugs. Stop it. It seems like the end of the world. I know. I've been there. It's not. Now, it could also be, losing a job. It could be trying to fit in. A way of not fitting in. It could be your parents getting a divorce. It could be numerous of things. It could be, like, super deep stuff, and then it could be super easy stuff, like, man, I'm a straight A student, and I totally just bombed that test, I just got an F, and my parents are gonna kill me, that dropped my GPA, things like that spirals you into depression. I mean, it's so easy to do, and we don't even realize it. And I mean, just because it's something small like that doesn't make it petty, doesn't make it not worth talking about, not talking to someone. It's still there. You talk about believing, but believing is only half of it. Believing is not even half of it. It's maybe like an eighth of it. If you want to bust it down, probably 1/16. That's how little believing in yourself really is. I mean, yeah, people will be like, yo, man, I believe in you. But unless, like, hey, I believe in you. I believe we can get through this together. Not singling you out. I believe you can get through this. I believe we can get through this together. It's that kind of thing. And when you say, just believe in yourself, you can do this, be yourself, you sound like a therapist, you sound like a broken record, stop it. You're on repeat. You're skipping tracks. Stop. You're not going anywhere. You're not helping anyone. And you really got to reach out. And you talked about your bad thoughts. Have you ever done anything with those thoughts? Have you ever, and I know this is going to touch base with a lot of people, have you ever been sitting there, terrified, that blade to your skin, just shaking with whatever is bothering you, and you're just one little prick, and it all just seems to melt away, and it's just the best feeling in the world, and you're just like, you feel that, it feels, I've never had that high from it, but I've had that feeling where, like, everything seems to disappear. Everything seems to be better. And it makes it so hard for people to understand because we're just a menace. We're just taking things out on ourselves for no reason at all. And it's stupid. It's stupid to think that. Just because we're ourselves, just because we've got scars, just because we're self-harm, it doesn't make us any different from the rest of you. Yeah, we've got scars. I don't have scars to show for. Shea butter. keep it in your fridge. It's kind of expensive to get, but it gets rid of it. Use it twice daily. I mean, I used to be terrified to wear anything but long sleeves. But now I'm not afraid, and that's okay. Not everybody's going to be comfortable in their own skin. I wasn't for the longest time. But it's something you grow into. And then, I'm 100% with Brody on this. Don't give up. The darkness is always there for us. It's always there. When the light goes out, there's darkness. And it's not always that cold darkness. Sometimes it's this warm darkness that you feel and you're just surrounded and everything feels so right. Everything feels so good. You've got that high going on. You're in your own world. You're finally at peace. But then you start thinking, if this is what peace feels like, what would it feel like for a lifetime? And then you start contemplating suicide. Suicide is not the way to go. It seems like an easy way out. And it is. It's an easy way out to forget the chance of anything ever getting better. And that's so cliche of me to say, but it's 100% true. Like, I've had friends there before. I've pulled people back from the edge before. It's hard to understand where they're coming from if you've never been there. I've been there once, but I had that one person there for me. It wasn't ever a blade or anything, but it was an edge. I was willing to take the step. But I believed in myself, and that one person believed in me, and together we worked through it. We got off of that edge. We are in a better place now. And things seem to fade away, and he talks about lost causes. Nobody's ever a lost cause. Well, I got something for you. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I took the liberty of trying to message Mr. Yancey myself. I was like, hey, so 8 hours ago I messaged him. He was last on 7 hours ago. I was like, hey, can I text you? Or can you text? And I was like, I could really use somebody to talk to right now. I'm gonna look at that. See? Tim Brody, trying to give a little help. It didn't do me any good. He never contacted back. So when you say nobody's lost cause, I know firsthand. This isn't the first time you've turned down trying to help me out. And I can show other messages of you trying to help me out, because there aren't any. I've always reached out in person, and it's always been a turn away. I mean, you're busy, yeah, I get it, but don't tell people they can reach out to you if you're not going to be there. By the way, you can find me on Facebook, Kristen Patricia Noel Heights. I got rid of Twitter stuff, so sorry. And then, that brings me to the third video, and to my conclusion. Other than that, you're a little cliche on the fresh start stuff, and, other than that, I got nothing to rant about a fresh start. You're 100% true. We need to make a difference. This is our year. This is our graduating year. I actually graduate in a few weeks, and everything's changing so fast, and it's so hard to see that. It's so hard to see where we've all come from, where we're all going to go, where are we going to make it? Where are we going to end up? Who's going to end up dead in 20 years? Who's going to end up dead in 2 months? Who's, hopefully nobody at that point. Please. But it's the small things that matter the most right now. And whether this video gets any views at all, I don't really care. I just hope that, reaching out in the way that he did, that I can push a little deeper into the subjects and maybe help out a little bit more. Maybe that'll help somebody, He is here, I'm here. You can find me, you can talk to me. I will try to consult with him to see if he's got any ideas. Maybe we'll do a video together. I don't know, crazy thought. I haven't talked to anybody about it yet. But, so I'm gonna go with what he says. Be yourself, be happy, and keep smiling. I'm not gonna use that as my motto. My motto is probably going to be my favorite quote by Steve Prefontaine. I'm a huge cross-country fanatic, and he always said, if I've got the guts to finish if I'm going to finish the end of the race, I don't know, remember, it's the end of the race, and if anyone's going to be there, I'm going to have the guts to finish it myself. It's something like that. I haven't heard that quote since that. So. 5th grade. God knows that was many years ago. But so I guess my motto's gonna be keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep living. Keep trying. Keep pushing, keep living, keep trying. There we go. We'll subscribe if you like this. Thanks for hanging in there for me, for my rants. If it wasn't good, let me know. If I should stop, I will. Let me know. Have a good night, everybody.